Before I introduce our next guest, I have a letter here from Mrs. V. Paravich in Pomona. Let me just read it and we'll take it from there. Dear Mr. Gilman, actually it's Mr. Gelman, Mrs. Paravich. Might be my accent. As a once loyal viewer, I thinks it's only fair to let you know that me, along with the rest of my street, will no more longer be viewing your show. We was all highly offended by a recent guest who is a spokeswoman for the Braille Institute, told us that she had read President Bush's lips and he's lying. As a mother and I like this one, Republican, I found this purely un-American. From now on, I shall be watching Channel 87 and Nature Trails. And she signs off, why don't you go back down under, you commie? I guess we've certainly lost Mrs. Paravich as a fan. My next guest is the dynamic, best-selling author of the book Men and Women, An Outdated Concept. Now, she has previously written other bestsellers, The Brunhild Complex, and also No Sex is Safe Sex. Let's put our hands together for Helene Duncan. Helene, it is a pleasure. Now, I have read your book, Men and Women. Let's show it here. Men and Women, An Outdated Concept. And there's a very nice photograph of you there on the back. Okay. Men and Women, An Outdated Concept. And it surely is an interesting perspective on relationships. I found that I had to survey and reevaluate my own situation with the new views I learned.
That's right, Gary. That's right. It is a new perspective. Mm-hmm. We're heading into the 90s now, and we have to look ahead to progress. Unfortunately, I think that traditionalism is on its way out.
But what exactly does that mean, Helene? I mean, what are you going to be replacing it with?
It means that women are carrying on with their lives with or without men.
Well, that doesn't sound new to me.
Well, what I am saying, Gary, is that as we head into the future, men and women will be considered individuals and judged on their own merits rather than merging together as a quote and unquote pair.
Well, what about love and romance? I mean, are they also going to become obsolete?
I believe so. People don't have a real grasp of the true sense of love. So the best solution to their ignorance is to remain apart. You see, Gary, most people are not mature enough to engage in successful work in relationships. And as we evolve, this silly concept of romantic love will be looked upon as an old-fashioned lifestyle.
Whoa, that's a very unusual point of view.
Oh, not really, Gary. More people think this way than you know.
Oh.
When this book really gets going, people are going to wake up and realize that they've been living in a dream world.
What kind of hogwash is this anyway? I mean, who in their right mind is going to read that book?
Sir, let me ask you something. Are you married?
Well, I certainly am. I'm a normal guy who's happily married to a normal woman.
What would you consider normal? Living in the doldrums? Living a life where you have to consent to each other? Ask each other for permission to leave the house? You don't have independence, freedom, privacy, and most of all, a mind of your own.
My wife doesn't need a mind of her own. Hell, babe, listen, you're going to ruin an awful lot of things for an awful lot of people like me who just want to go ahead and find someone to spend the rest of our lives with.
I don't mean to burst your bubble, sweetheart, but I hope sometime during your endless search for this inconceivable and elusive state that you realize there is no happy marriage. They only exist in Hollywood.
That's a pretty harsh philosophy, Helene, don't you think?
Not harsh, Gary. It's absolutely absurd. The woman is crazy.
It's time for us to wake up and face facts. Marriage is an unproductive, immature, and selfish act. Forget plural terms. We need to have singular goals to concentrate on. We need to find out what we want as individual human beings.
Would you get off of your high horse? You don't know what the heck you're talking about. Where do you come up with these cockamamie ideas? Now listen, I'm all for women's liberation. But, hell, babe, what about fun and sex?
Woo! You're fully evolved human being, as I am working to become. You will have control over these baser impulses.
Oh, boy, I don't know if I'll ever have that kind of self-control. come to think of it, I don't know if I want to have that kind of control. Maybe you have to be in a certain frame of mind.
Correcting Gary, it is a state of mind. I'm sure with a little conscious effort you could overcome it, like I did.
Well, maybe that's what her problem is.
Gary, that is why society is so slow. Because people aren't taking these ideas seriously. If you thought about it, gentlemen, this new concept would vastly improve our socioeconomic structure. This highly sophisticated and well-thought-out plan needs to be broken down for the average person to understand because it is such an evolved concept.
What's to understand? The broad hates sex.
On that note, everybody, we'll take a short break, and when we come back, we'll meet the lovely and talented vocalist, Bunny Louise Sachs. Come on back, folks.
Oh, the party's such a success, and I know it's because I'm serving Vital Bars.
I think you're right, Sue. Everyone just loves them.
Great party, Sue. Love those Vital Bars.
Thanks. Well, I love Vital Bars because they help me keep my girlish figure.
I know what you mean, but they also give me energy during the day.
Honey, those Vital Bars have sure made the party.
Vital Bars, a delicious and nutritious snack, all in one.
Vital Bars, a high-energy snack the whole family will enjoy. Make your life a healthful party with Vital Bars.
Okay, everybody, just a short note to let you know that next Wednesday afternoon, we're going to be doing a small show in the parking lot for all the people who weren't willing to wait in line to see this show. Okay, so that is next week. Now, we are going to meet our final guest for the evening, and I have been waiting as patiently as I can to introduce her to you. She's going to come out and sing for us a song called Where's the Man I Love? The sexy chanteuse, the ever-popular Bunny Louise Sachs.
The sun goes down and evening is here. My heart is lonely, it's all very clear. Stars up in the heavens twinkle above. Where is the man I love? Candlelit dinners, sparkling champagne, boxes of chocolates and diamond rings. All the things that girls love that men bring their way. Where is the man I love? But when I'm bad, he'll knock sense into me with those love taps of his. I'm a prisoner in his domain, struggling to break the chains of love. But when I'm good, I know all the moves, sweet talk and kisses and hugs by the moon. He's got me by the heartstrings, and oh, can he pull? Where is the man I love? Thank you.
Yeah, all right. Oh, yes, sirree. Whoa. Well, I bet you didn't realize you'd be back here so soon, did you, buddy? Hmm? We just couldn't wait to have you back again.
Oh, thanks, Gary.
Now, you look even more fantastic than the last time I saw you, and I don't know how that is possible.
Oh, Gary, you are so sweet.
Well,
Bunny,
Yeah.
I think you look fantastic too.
Oh, well, thank you, Jeff. You know what? I have always wanted to meet you. I love watching your soap opera whenever I have the time, and I have to admit something. I have always had a crush on you.
now, come on, Bunny, don't make me all jealous over here.
Oh,
Come on.
Gary, you are so cute.
Oh,
really.
thank you.
And so are you.
Do you want to change seats with me?
Oh, well, sure, that'd be great if you don't mind.
Not at all,
Oh,
not at
wait.
all.
You know, I remember seeing you once, but I can't remember where. I heard you sing, matter of fact, on several occasions.
Oh, well, that's possible because I've been singing for years. Do you ever go to Las Vegas?
Yeah, why? Is this a proposition?
No. I'm going to be performing there next month, and I was thinking maybe you'd seen me perform there sometime in the past.
You know, come to think of what, I think it's coming back to me. Weren't you a Playboy bunny?
Yes, I was. I was a bunny at the original Playboy Club in Chicago.
That's it. That's definitely it.
Well, that is it. I mean, that's where you got your start, right? Well, tell us about that.
All right, years ago, I was at this Hollywood party, and guess who was there?
Who?
You I was so excited. I went up to him and I introduced myself to him, and we just got started talking, and before you know it, he asked me to work for him. I was so flattered.
Oh, so you started as a singer at the club, huh?
Oh, no, not immediately. I was a bunny for several years, and I was taking singing lessons. And Hugh, well, he always encouraged and supported my creative pursuits. And I finally got my big break from him singing at the club. And my career just took off from there. You know, I really owe a lot to Hugh and the girls. As a matter of fact, that's where my name comes from.
Oh, so there's a story behind your name.
Well, you see, I was very sad when all the Playboy clubs closed. So, as a tribute to the club, I wanted to have the name Bunny as sort of a tribute to all the bunnies.
Oh, please. Why on earth would anyone want to glorify an institution that exploits women?
Oh, no. Oh, I wasn't exploited. Oh, no. I enjoyed what I did. I like serving men.
See, there's a real woman for you.
You are just the kind of woman that keeps women from progressing beyond barefoot and pregnant.
Oh, now, hell, babe, listen. Just because you and Bunny think a little differently, it doesn't mean necessarily that you're right and she's wrong. Oh, come on, Bowman, now, if you were being honest about it, which one would you pick?
I have just about had enough of you.
Oh, yeah, I bet you've never ever experienced a real man before.
No, I just think we digressed a little too far from our topic. Why don't we get back to talking about your singing career? Now tell us about that exciting new show that you're opening up in Vegas.
Oh, yes. I am so excited about it. I am going to be performing at Caesar's Palace.
All right.
All the Hollywood sex symbols. They'll be including Marilyn Monroe, of course, Jane Mansfield, Bridget Bardot, all the way up to our current sex symbols like Madonna.
Oh, that does it. That just takes the cake. Gary, I can't believe that we're all sitting here pretending to take this show seriously.
Well, we all have opinions. I mean, what are you getting so hot under the collar about?
Well, I think she's just getting a little bit defensive. Look, I told you what her problem is.
What are you getting so worked up about?
Being a progressive and liberal woman such as I am, you are contradicting and insulting everything that such women as myself hold.
Why?
Really?
Just because I like men?
Don't you worry, sugar. Men like you too. They just don't want her kind.
I just can't believe that I'm even engaging in this asinine conversation. See, that is why men and women are an outdated concept. Gary, you'll notice that everything was going just fine until you brought
everybody, there's certainly a lot of electricity going around the studio right now. It's time to be saying it's a wrap. It's a good night, everyone. Tomorrow night on the show, Mick Jagger, Sean Connery, and Cher. Good night, everybody. Lucky that you're home, huh? Good night.
The voice.
Eileen.
No.
Eileen, honey.